Also developing tonight, Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton introducing a new bill that will ban members of the CCP from purchasing any U.S. land. The bill will also set minimum penalties for foreign investors that fail to report any purchase of U.S. agriculture land to the USDA as required by law. Here to explain more is the man himself, Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton is with us. Senator, you said that do you really believe the leak of Nancy Pelosi's trip to Taiwan came from the White House because Biden doesn't want her to take this trip? You said Biden shouldn't be worried about China's aggressiveness. They should be making China worry about our aggressiveness, and that you spoke directly to Speaker Pelosi and said you need to go. Has that all happened? Did that all happen?
Yeah, Sean, that's all right. I saw Nancy Pelosi last week, a rare conversation I had with her. We disagree on most things. But once the Biden administration leaked this trip, I think in an effort to deter Nancy Pelosi from going, I thought it was essential that she go, that she show that the United States will not be pushed around by Chinese communists, that the Chinese communists cannot tell any American citizen, much less an elected member of the United States Congress, when and where we can travel. I'm disappointed that the Biden White House has tried to put pressure on a speaker of their own party not to travel to Taiwan, which is a long-standing tradition, as Newt Gingrich said earlier, of American legislators traveling to Taiwan because of our relationship with that self-governing island.
Okay, so that's a great point. That's gone on for decades. What about the specific threat to take this plane out of the sky and what that would mean? I agree with Newt. That'd be a declaration of war, number one. And number two, why do they care so much? And are we just going to continue to allow them to saber rattle?
No, Sean, you're right. It would be a declaration of war, but I don't think they intend to do that. I think they're bluffing to try to see if they can compel Joe Biden to back down, as he has so often in the past. China knows that American legislators of both parties have been traveling to Taiwan for more than 40 years. They're the ones who are trying to change the status quo understanding. They're the ones taking provocative actions to see if they can get away with it. And if they can get away with it, what signal will that send our allies all around the world, not only in countries like South Korea or Japan, the Philippines, and Singapore, but all around the world about America's resolve, strength, and credibility for as long as Joe Biden is president?
You know, all the concessions that I mentioned that Joe Biden wants to make to China, the concession that he made to Vladimir Putin on Nord Stream 2 while simultaneously canceling Keystone XL, it brings to my mind instantly, is this family compromised, knowing what we know about Hunter Biden's foreign business dealings? Your thoughts?
Well, I think there are a lot of questions about Hunter Biden's foreign business dealings, both in Ukraine and in China. There's no doubt about that. When we take back the Congress, Sean, we're going to get to the bottom of those things. But there's also the case of Joe Biden being wrong about every major foreign policy, national security decision of the last 50 years. It didn't just start when he became president. It was the case when he was a senator and when he was vice president. The consequences, though, are much more disastrous now that he is at the helm. And the American people deserve someone as their commander-in-chief who may not have, or who doesn't have family members potentially compromised by adversarial regimes like the Chinese communists.
Yeah. All right, Senator, thank you for that update. We appreciate it. We're going to follow what you're doing. Your actions are important.